We are here in Leadville, Colorado at the National Mining Hall of Fame and Museum. I've got Bill Nelson here. He is a historian, one of the tour guides, an ex-miner, and a local community member. Bill, thanks for being with us today.
Very pleased to have you here.
It was fun chatting with you off camera about, I asked you one question and you just went with such amazing information about Leadville, about mining. Let's kind of start with that. Let's go back, rewind back to the late 1800s and talk a little bit about where mining started here and then where is it today?
All right, well, gold was discovered here locally in a place called California Gulch in 1860 by a man named Abe Lee. All during the time those early gold miners were looking for placer gold here, they kept finding a heavy, dense black sand in the bottom of their pans and sluices. It got in their way and clogged things up, so they cursed it, and threw it away.
For years.
A little bit after the gold was gone, along came a couple gentlemen named Woods and Stevens who said, oh, by the way, y'all, that black sand you've been throwing away all this time is carbonate of silver. That started another massive influx of people into the area. Silver became king, and Leadville became known as a silver mining camp.
And that's what put Leadville really, truly on the map. And then after that, multitudes of different minerals were discovered over time here, right?
Yes, sir. In its time, the Leadville area has produced gold, silver, lead, zinc, copper, iron, tin, bismuth, antimony, manganese, and nowadays molybdenum.
When you say nowadays, is there still some mining that goes on in the area?
Yes, sir. There's a huge mine 13 miles from here called the Climax Molybdenum Mine that's been in production ever since 1918. It's one of the reasons that you won World War II because it produced molybdenum, a steel strengthening metal to make armor plating and big guns.
And still to this day, that's what it's used for.
There's about 350 men working there right now.
No kidding, year round.
Yes, sir. When I worked up there were 3,000 men working 3 levels underground.
So when you said you were an ex-miner, that's where you spent your time, was at the Climax
One of the
mine?
places. The other was a silver mine over in Iowa Gulch, the Black Cloud.
Wow. The history here is so thick, isn't it, and so rich on so many different levels. Let's talk about the property we're standing in, the National Mining Hall of Fame and Museum. You had told me off camera also that there's multiple mining museums around the country, but what makes this one in Leadville so special and unique?
Well, the first thing that really makes it unique is the fact that it's Colorado's premier mining museum. It was recognized by the Congress back in 1987, and it became a national mining museum at that time. It's one of the only museums that's recognized by Congress as a mining museum.
Wow. So, and it's national. There's only one national mining museum in the country?
Yes, sir. The way I
And this
understand
is
it.
it right here in Leadville, Colorado. How neat is that? And you get people from all over the country and all over the world.
Yes, sir.
I was looking at the book downstairs and all the hash marks from all the different countries. It's pretty fascinating. A lot of people come here just to be enriched with your information.
Yes, it is, and we're very happy to provide that information.
And the museum is open regularly during the summer months, correct?
Yes, sir. It's open 7 days a week from 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening. The only time we're closed is in the winter hours, or in the winter time, we're closed on Mondays.
And you're also part of the Matchless Mine, which is a big part of the history of mining in Leadville. And you also offer some tours at the Matchless Mine also during the summertime, correct?
Yes, sir, we do.
And then how does that work? Do you meet here at the museum or do you go to the Matchless Mine and start there?
You go to the Matchless Mine, which is about 1.25 miles up 7th Street here, and you're greeted there by a person that will either sell you a self-guided tour or a guided tour.
Okay.
If you have a guided tour, it'd be myself or Brenda Miller, who would be one of the tour guides there, and we would take you all the way through the property and explain 1880s mining and the story of the Tabors, who are the people that actually put Leadville on the map.
So much more. There's so much more than what you've told us already. I love it. To find out more about the National Mining Museum Hall of Fame and also the Matchless Mine, the Tabor family, the history of Leadville, you got to come up here. Or you can go to mininghalloffame.org is the website. And a lot going on here. Come by and talk to Bill. Come by and talk to Brenda and the team. It's pretty amazing. Come up to Leadville while you're in Colorado.